So, before we can move on to our next activity, it's very important that you guys know about this guy. His name is John Locke. Now, Locke was born about 150 years before anything in American history that we're going to be talking about. So it's not too important that you know a lot about he himself, but his ideas are what are important. The ideas that he wrote about, when combined with this idea of what is called the social contract by Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Now, Locke, in his writings, said that people have what are called inalienable rights. Okay, inalienable rights are rights that cannot be taken away from people. Right, and these three rights that are inalienable, he says, are the right to life, liberty, and property. All right, now in this idea of his, he said that people everyone is born with these rights. And he said that government's role is to then protect, a leader's duty is to protect those rights. In return, people give up small instances of the right to life, liberty, and property in order to live in a peaceful society. Okay? So in return, the leader agrees to protect those rights. The people say, in return, we're going to follow laws, so that society is civilized and we treat each other nicely. Now, his caveat to this, okay, his exemption, his rule said that if those rights are violated, the right to life, liberty, and property, then the social contract that is created is broken. And the people have a moral obligation to revolt, overthrow their government, and create a new one that will then protect those rights. All right? So, Locke's ideas that were written 150 years before anything else we're talking about are important because they shaped how the American leaders were thinking when the British were putting all of these taxes on them and treating them poorly. They said that their rights were being violated and that it was their moral obligation to revolt and start the American Revolution. Now, if you think about this, social contracts exist all throughout our lives. Okay, our social contract here in class. I, as your teacher, agree that I'm going to give you the rights to respect, okay, to a good education. In return, very similar to what the people's duty is, your guys' job is to try your best and make sure you follow the rules. In this way, our classroom exists and flourishes